Namaste and good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Hope I'm audible. I am late. I'm using some new phone of mine. Oops. I'm audible, right?
Yes.
Okay. We have Monica, a new student today as well. We can see. Namaste, Monica. To you as well. Today we start with our next system, that is the muscular system directly. Before we start, we just chant Om one time. Closed. We're gonna chant Om one time. Take a long breath in. Inhale. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Thank you so much. So, what have we studied in the last week? About some skeletal system and its bone joints, about its movement and motion. We're gonna see and learn some therapy later, but before we will learn some things about muscular system in short for your 200 hours. Here with the muscular system made up of muscles. The muscular system made up of muscles. How many number of muscles, for example, will be there in our body? Approximately up to 700 to more than 750 muscles in our body. Approximately, we have 650 in between to 750 muscles in our whole body, considering the different types of muscles we have. Wait 1 second. Yep. So, considering these different types of muscles like skeletal muscles, we have the cardiac muscles, as well as what muscles we do have? We have the fibrous muscles types, or we do have the skeletal muscles, smooth muscles, and the cardiac muscles types. Here, in this muscular system with these muscles, what is this muscle made up of basically? Can we know in non-technical words, what is this muscle made up of? Muscle in our whole body made up of the protein and water. So protein and water makes up our muscles. More than 60% of our muscle is full of water content, and we do have the protein filaments in our muscles, which builds up our muscles, which tones up our muscles, and which also make a good body framework. What are the different functions of it that we will see of our muscles? So this water content and the protein filaments, these protein filaments are actin and myosin in our muscles. So in our skeletal muscles, we have these two protein filaments, that is actin and myosin. So with this help of two protein filaments which bind together or which pulls each other in our muscle, which helps in our muscle contraction, muscle extension as well. So when these two protein filaments, actin and myosin, present inside our skeletal muscles, allows to pull each other, which helps to engage our muscles. That means we can contract, we can extend, we can relax. When these actin and myosin protein filaments relax, when these protein filaments pulls each other inside our muscles. So like we do have some kinds of cells in our bones like osteoclasts, osteoblasts, and osteocytes. That is a very deep part in the skeletal system, which we haven't seen it here, like in structure. Here in the muscular system, similarly, we have these kinds of protein filaments inside our muscles, along with have the water content in our muscles. Now, what are these functions? Why do we need the muscles in our whole body? Can you tell me some of the basic functions of the muscular system? Anyone?
Movement.
Movement. For movement, that is again, we do have the same function as skeletal system. So these also will have the movement, okay. Anything else apart from movement, it does help. Just imagine if we don't have any muscles and just skeletal, the bones in our body.
Structure.
The structure is again the function, the framework for the skeletal system. So the structure and the movement are the part of the skeletal system as well. It provides the structure here as well. In the skeletal system protects our internal vital organs. These muscles here protect our skeletal system. So muscles protect our bones here. So protection is what one of the most important functions in our muscular system. Also, a framework, the movement which supports the movement and supporting the framework for the bones. It also generates heat or the regulation of heat through the muscles. So you can just write generation of heat throughout the body can be also made by the muscles. Okay. So, like if you do any physical activity, what happens? The muscles which get engaged in our body can generate amount of heat in our body. So whenever you will feel, you will do Ashtanga, you will do Vinyasa, or whenever you go for a run or you burn your calories. So that burning of your calories from your muscles, it also generates the heat in your whole body. Okay, so these are what? The basic functions of our muscular system. Like if you will remember, we have studied the movement of range and motion of our bone joints. Similarly, we do have some properties, like these properties of our joints, we do have some properties of our muscles. So for example, what are those properties of the muscles as well? We will see now. These basic things to protect our bones is what? The most important functions of our muscles as well. As we have seen also the muscles, also about the bones, also about the connective tissues. If you will remember here, like about an injury. So when we have injured our muscle, it may not take much time to recover. The muscle can be recovered in a quick period of time than the connective tissue, that is our ligaments, or which connects our bones to bones, or that is our connective tissue, that is our tendons. So that which connects our muscle to the bone, or that the time which is taken for the fascia. So that means which connects our one muscle to another muscle. So these connective tissues takes more time, deep muscle tissues, to recover than the skeletal muscles, which are just protecting bones. The muscles can be recovered in a week or two, after resting some period of time. We need to give rest to that muscles which are getting the muscle strain mostly. So with the time, it does recover. Like for the bones, even a minor crack can take for more than 3 weeks to heal up completely. So we have the protection muscles above our bones. To talk about the properties of this muscle now. Monica, am I audible? Hello? Yes, Monica, on the screen. I'm asking, am I audible? So, the rest, focus. Now, what are the properties of the muscle? About the properties of the muscle, the first property, the major property is the muscles are irritable or excitable. What does it mean the muscles are irritable or excitable, which is the first property? That means these muscles get the stimulation from the nerves which are present inside it. So the peripheral nervous system that emerges out from the central nervous system, these peripheral nerves can give these signals to these muscles when they have to function. So we have these properties. Okay, Monica. So we have these properties of these muscles, like muscles are irritable and excitable. That means they get excited or they get stimulated or they get activated through the help of our nerves inside them. So we have a nerve connected with the spine, and these peripheral nerves will move in each and every arm, body, torso, trunk. Here in the neck we do have, also in our whole leg. So these signals are given through the nervous system into these from these neurons into these muscles, which makes them excited and stimulate them to function properly. Along with these muscles, excitation property, the muscles are also flexible. So the muscles can be flexible, the muscles can be the flexion property of the muscle, or flexion means the muscles can be bending. So we know what is the flexion movement to decrease the angle between the two parts. Even the muscles can be flexed as well. So the flexible property of the muscles, we can also say the muscles are flexible in nature. Similarly, the muscles are also extensible. These are the similar properties. The muscles can be extensible, the muscles can be flexible or elastic in nature. Here we can write elastic in nature. It means the muscle can get back into its original shape and form, even we stretch that muscle. So how much stretch you will give to that muscle, the muscle can get back to its original shape and form as well. So there are the properties of these muscles. Even if you bend, like it can be a flexible, elastic in nature. Extensible is similar to the, like we extend the muscle, similar to the flexible property. So this is just the difference, like elastic in nature and extensible. We can extend our muscles, or we can also write contractibility. So we can also contract our muscles. The muscles are extensible, the muscles are contractible, the muscles can be elastic in nature, excitable. The muscles can be excited in nature as well. Along with that, the muscles can also have the properties like adaptability. Adaptability, what does it mean, adaptability? The muscles get adapted to certain practice and certain activity. So each and every muscles are getting adapted with our practice. For example, like we have Shikaji, who is a fitness coach as well. We have the new beginner student as well. We have the advanced practitioner as well, some students. So for these people, how these muscles get adapted? Just think, if you are practicing the Ashtanga yoga for the first time in your life, or if you are practicing the Vinyasa yoga for the first time, or any different style of yoga you can take, Yin yoga, Bikram yoga, Iyengar yoga, Hatha yoga, Kundalini yoga. So when we practice the different actions or different exercises or different sports, our muscles are not adapted. Then when we take some time, that means when we practice it consistently, the muscles get adapted. Even if the muscular man, the muscular guy, or the muscular woman, each and every activity is different. For example, if we will consider a person from a gym or a person from the sports category, so each and every muscles are getting adapted according to their body, according to their own activities, or simply we can say the person or who is working like an civil, like an engineers, or who are working with different activities in the house workers, or our co-staff, like we have the housekeeping guys. So with their own activities, their muscles are being developed. Here I am saying, so these muscles, if they get adapted, if they get built up with their certain activities only, and if we try to change the activity, our muscles for the first 2 days by practicing the new style or putting something new on our muscles, even if we will build the same muscles by the same activity, then also the muscles takes time to get adapted, at least for 3-4 days of time. So in this manner, the muscles are also adaptable, the contractible, extensible, elastic in nature, and excited in nature. Up till here, if you have anything, please ask. Or is it clear?
Yes.
Okay. So we proceed further. Now, with this muscular system, what we're gonna see, we have different kinds of muscle cells and muscle tissues. So in this muscular system, we do have the different kinds of muscle cells and muscle tissues. On the day one, what we have seen, the cells and the tissues and the organs on the first day. So similarly, muscle cells, a cell is what? A smallest element. A tissue is what? A group of cells which will make our organ, that is our muscle. Okay. Now, so under the microscopic anatomy here, when we study these muscle cells and muscle tissues, we do find the different kinds of muscle cells and muscle tissues in our body. How many different kinds and types of muscle cells are being present in our body? There are 3 types of muscular cells and muscular tissues in our body. So these 3 types are known as, first one is the visceral muscle. Visceral muscles are known as the smooth muscles. Okay, then we do have the cardiac muscle. Cardiac muscle is known as the heart muscle, muscle of our heart. And we have the skeletal muscles. The skeletal muscles are there in our whole body. Okay. Are you sure? Can you see the whiteboard clearly? Isn't it too bright, right?
Okay.
Okay. Because using my new phone today, it shows me too much brightness. So I hope it is visible. Here, what are the visceral muscles or the smooth muscles? Where do we find this smooth type of muscle or visceral muscles in our whole body? On the surface of our internal organs, where that means even if I will point on my abdomen, but it is not from outside, that is on our internal organs are made up of these smooth muscles. So if we talk about our food pipe, if we talk about our stomach, the surface layer of our stomach is a smooth muscle. So if we talk about our intestine, the large intestine, if we talk about our smaller intestine, these all the muscles, including in our organs internally, the abdominal organs only. These kind of muscles are made up of are known as smooth muscles in short, or in an anatomical term, it is known as visceral muscles. Okay. The cardiac muscle found only in our heart, that is our cardiac muscle. And the skeletal muscles, which we can see over our whole body, are all the skeletal muscles, which are protecting our bones or the skeletal system, which can also generate heat in our body. Mostly which contains the actin and myosin, the protein filaments to contract, to extend, to excite, to elastic, or to get adapted in nature. So these are what the skeletal muscles in our whole body. So from 650 to 750 muscles, here we have more than 600 only skeletal muscles in our body. So 600 to 650 muscles are only skeletal muscles in our body. Then the rest of the minor muscles are the smooth muscles, and there is one cardiac muscle, that is our heart muscle. Okay, so we have this number of muscles and its types like this. Now we're gonna see what is smooth muscle first. These visceral muscles or the smooth muscles make it like this here. Visceral muscles. Then I will make a column here. I will write it down cardiac muscle and skeletal muscle. So this visceral muscle or the smooth muscle, under the microscopic structure, here we have the heart. If we see the smooth muscle cells are like this in structure under the microscope. So if you will see, the smooth muscle cells are likewise in nature under the microscope. That means these muscle cells are involuntary muscles. The smooth muscles are involuntary muscles. Involuntary muscle cells. Involuntary muscle cells, that means which we cannot control with our mind. These muscles are doing their function involuntarily. That means even if we cannot control with our mind, the stomach is doing its function, the intestines are still processing and doing their own functions, even if we cannot control like the rest of the muscles. Like I can move my arm, my bicep, the tricep, the forearm muscle, the chest when I will move. This is controlled with our mind. This is what the internal organs muscles are not being controlled with our mind. So are known as under the section of involuntary muscles. Similarly, the next, here if you will see the smooth muscle cells, here there is a single nucleus. This black dot is what in our cells there is what? Nucleus. So this is single nucleated cell. They are single nucleated muscular cells in our smooth muscles. They only have one nucleus in each of its muscular cells in our muscles in internal organs. Also, they are without striated bands. Without striated bands means you will not see the bands of striation here in this picture. You will not see the bands of striation that will allow the muscle to contract, to expand voluntarily with our control, with our mind. So they don't have any bands of striation at all. These muscles are making their own function. If I will talk about the striated bands, hope you can see, in the cardiac muscle and the skeletal muscles, then you will understand what is exactly the bands of striation. So just remember, these are involuntary muscles with the single nucleus inside each of its muscle cells, where the cardiac muscle, that is our heart muscle, is what? In a zigzag structure. So these muscle cells are in a zigzag structure, are also involuntary muscle group. Involuntary muscle group. This cardiac muscle, which is also we cannot control with our mind. We cannot stop our heartbeat or the heart rate with our control of our mind. That is continuously beating up of our heart here without the control of our mind. These beating up of our heart are also made up by the bands of striation. So there are minimum striated bands here you will see in this muscle. And these muscles also have only one nucleus in each muscle cell. So this black dot which we have shown is single nucleated muscle in our heart. In our heart, whenever under the microscopic structure, we will figure out that how does this muscle look. Single nucleus inside them in a zigzag structure. So here we will write with striated band. Okay. So we have two groups, involuntary muscles and voluntary muscles. So the muscles which we cannot control with our mind are involuntary muscles, that are smooth muscles and heart muscles. But the muscles which we can control with our mind are known as voluntary muscles. That is only our skeletal muscles here. To speak about the skeletal muscles, the skeletal muscles are cylindrical in shape. So each muscle cell are cylindrical in shape. So if we see here three muscular cells of our skeletal muscles under the microscope, you will find the different bands of striation inside each muscle cell here. Many. These muscles are categorized under voluntary muscles. So the muscles in our arms, legs, torso, trunk, in our whole body are known as the voluntary muscles. Then these muscles are not single nucleated. They don't have single nucleus in each cell. They can have multiple nucleus in each and every cell. So these muscles have multiple nucleus in each and every cell. So they can be known as multinucleated cells.
There is a delay.
They are also with striated bands
There is a
to
delay in
help them contract and expand simultaneously.
your voice is breaking down and there is a delay in your voice. We follow
Okay,
more or less, but there is
so
a delay.
we have these type of skeletal muscles, more than 650 in our whole body, where we are not going the muscles here on our board. We are going to figure out the major group of muscles. Where are they located in our body, as well as hello. Your voice is not audible, Magda. Can you please repeat? I'm sorry.
Maybe you could disconnect and connect again because we can't hear you now.
Is it now or from the start?
We can't hear you.
Okay. Please allow me today here because of the new connection of the phone for today. But from the tomorrow, the voice will not lag. Maybe the Zoom is not installed properly in this, some internet issue here. it will work from tomorrow again back smoothly. Have you understood these things, like at least the basic concept about the muscles?
Yes.
Yes, I understood.
Now? Hello? Still you cannot hear me?
It's delaying. Voice is delaying.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Or not at all?
We can't hear you.
Hello? Uh, can you hear me now? Anyone? Hello?
So your voice is breaking.
Okay, can you hear me now? Yes or no? Yes, right?
There is a delay in voice. Yeah.
Okay. So I think the time is also up. The time has been ended. I am just making you understand with the actions for today. I hope you have at least got a bit concept that with understand it for today. Maybe the connection is not well for today about the internet, but it will work